So there I was, standing there in the church, and for the first time in my life, I realized I totally and utterly loved one person. And it wasn't... and it wasn't the person... and it wasn't the person standing next to me in the veil. It was the person standing opposite me in the rain.
Is it still raining? I haven't noticed. Let's start the show! Oh, thank you very much, and welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm wet. And we've got something for everyone tonight. Star of 4 Weddings and a Funeral and Bridget Jones, Hugh Grant is on this show. Yes, he is. Oscar-winning actress and writer Emma Thompson is on that sofa. Hot Welsh actor and star of the new action film Dracula Untold, Mr. Luke Evans is joining us. Yes. Plus, 4-time Grammy winner Lenny Kravitz is here. All right. Woo! Woo! Oh, Lenny Kravitz. Oh, he is, seriously. Hey, listen, I'm going to be asking Hugh about his smouldering good looks. You know, so sexy. He only has to look at a woman to get her into bed. Yeah. Oh, now... Interestingly, that was at Wimbledon about 3 months ago. It must have been around the time that Kate got... awkward. Hey, I'll be chatting to you all about his brilliant romantic comedies. I especially liked him in Love Actually. Posh Prime Minister falling in love with a nobody who brings him his tea. Could that ever happen? Could it? Could it? Could it? I think it could. Hugh and Emma have appeared together in a number of films, most famously in Sense and Sensibility. Oh, it's a beautiful story. They meet, they talk, they fall in love. He gets bored, strangles and chucks in the lake. Now, you may have seen in the news Emma recently went on a trip to the Arctic, where she was looking for polar bears. Ooh, there she is, trying to attract the attention of one. Hello, Emma! Love you, Nanny McPhee. She's here tonight to talk about her new Peter Rabbit book. Aww. And what could be better, because kids love rabbits. Don't worry. That rabbit ended up somewhere nice and warm and safe. Delicious. Hey, let me talk about it. Let's get some guests on. Later, we'll have music from Lenny Kravitz. And more of your stories in the big red chair. But first, someone I can really get my teeth into is Mr. Luke Evans. There he is. Hello, sir.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, you're here last. Take yourself down. She's here to wrap it all about a new book. It's Emma Thompson. Oh. Steady. Hello, lovely lady. Have a seat here with Emma Thompson. And he's a guest I love, actually. It's Hugh Grant. Sit down. Welcome all. Bit of whooping. Are you okay there? Yeah?
I'm fine. Oh my God, I matched the set.
It's clever.
You suddenly realised.
That's brilliant.
Well done, very well done.
Odd. As I was saying in the monologue, you and Emma, you know each other of old.
What do you mean, old?
Well, no, I met previously.
No, fair
We
enough.
have, but we've never liked each other, which is interesting.
What a long show this will be. But I didn't realise that, Emma, you have worked with Luke.
Inadvertently.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to happen, was it?
No, we were both at Pinewood Studios, I believe, weren't we,
Well,
darling?
it was Shepperton, I think it was.
Oh, was it Shepperton?
Yes.
Okay.
Twice they've worked together.
Yes. And you were doing...
I was doing Clash of the Titans, and I was Apollo dressed in this gold armour with long hair extensions, and we were all standing, all the gods were standing around Mount Olympus, and there was this big set piece of the world, and Liam Neeson as Zeus was up on a throne on one end, and all of a sudden you could hear this little stick moving. We all looked to the end of the set, and on walks Nanny McPhee. And she trotted across the globe, up onto the steps, and sat on Liam Neeson's lap and said, "I think you've been a very naughty boy." Very good, very good.
Liam said, you know, well, how are you doing? As we were chatting away. And the first said, right, we're going to shoot, everybody, to places, everyone. So I got up to go, and he said, oh, don't worry, it's Ray Fiennes, he's just coming up, he's just got to send a couple of things. It's not on me, just stay where you are. I said, I can't stay where I've just got to act. I know, he can't be acting with Nanny McPhee and Zeus together. So I hid behind one of the thrones, and I'm in that shot. In the film.
The other thing we noticed about the two of you, because there are pictures of you doing the red carpet together in the various films you've done, and it seems to me you have very different red carpet sort of approaches. So here's a picture of the two of you on the red carpet. Now, you looking very debonair and studied.
And slightly appalled.
Okay. And then you... A red carpet does seem to sound you slightly bonkers, Emma.
Yeah, that's not my natural habitat.
Well, look, it's like you came up with photobombing. I mean, here's Will Ferrell and his lovely wife. They're on the red carpet, looking perfectly pleasant. And then, right behind them... But it can't even be people you know, because even new stars, just coming blinking into the spotlight, just coming to award season. Finally, this is my moment. Here's Lupita Nyong'o. That seems mean. It's her first red carpet and you're doing it.
She's done 18 red carpets by the time we were on that one. She was relieved, believe me. You'd do anything for a laugh by then.
Because, Luke, you know, the red carpet thing, are you a bit like Mr. Grant? Have you got a look? Have you got a...
well, I'm attempting something.
OK, try it into 5 there.
5.
OK, so... Luke, over here. Luke.
No, too friendly. Look, Smolder. Oh. That's it.
Very good.
That's the shot.
Very good.
Hugh Grant, king of rom-com, has returned to claim his throne. You're back in a proper... well, it's more than a rom-com, isn't it?
I like to think so.
Yes.
Now, there is a bit of romance and there's some and there's comedy.
Yes.
But it's not a classic down-the-line romantic comedy. What I'm really trying to say is I'm not just repeating myself yet again. I mean, I pretty much am. Not quite.
No, it's called the Rewrite. It opens next Wednesday, the 8th of October. But I suppose the main difference is it's quite grown up, you know.
Well, it is, yeah. It's intelligent. And it's got this whole other side about a sort of lost man who rediscovers his passion for life, which interested me. It's something I've never been able to do, but I thought it was a nice idea.
Because he starts off as quite a washed-up
Yeah, he's
creature.
a screenwriter who once won an Oscar and now can't get any work at all, and then he ends up, much to his dismay, having to take a job as a teacher of screenwriting in a really crap university in sort of the middle of nowhere in America, and he's miserable and reluctant and just shags all the young students, and then gradually comes to find that actually he quite liked teaching, and there's a mature student played by Marissa Tomei who he finds he likes even more. Yeah, it's heartwarming.
Now, this is Mark Lawrence, who you've had 2 big successes with before, Music and Lyrics and 2 Weeks' Notice.
That's right, yeah.
So, did you hear his name and kind of go, oh, yeah, I'll do that? Or was this a heavy sell to you?
Well, it was only slightly heavy in that I don't do that many films, but it was such a good script, and I love Mark, and And yes, I thought I could be good.
And you are.
Did they offer you a lot of money?
That is yes.
Well, sometimes that is why we work, of course.
Well, not me, love. I'm just in it for the love of acting. I've always... No, it's my blood, really.
But I read in an interview you saying how you sort of helped work the script and develop the script.
Yeah.
Did you, any of those terrible kind of Hollywood executives, because those really cringy kind of Hollywood meetings, did you bring many of those experiences to the script?
Well, I've certainly had them, as much as anyone. I mean, my very first encounter in Hollywood, before I ever got any success, I was out there auditioning for some film, and I was in this office one-on-one with this very distinguished producer-director, and he wanted to just hear me reading, and so I started reading, and he was a sort of man in his 60s, silver-haired, and I got about halfway through the first page, and I just saw him out of the corner of my eye stand up, and then he started to go, "Oh, my God. Oh, my God." And then was sicker than any man I've ever seen in my life. It was like a cat being sick. It was, it was literally, you know, you read about projectile vomiting. But he was on the floor, and I had to sort of, didn't know what to do. I'd just arrived in Hollywood the first time in my life, boy from Hammersmith, to sort of pick him up, and he filled the waste paper basket with pee. And anyway, I thought it was my acting, but it turned out to be Mexican food he had.
Did you get the job?
Oh, yeah, I got the job. Oh. But I slept with him, which I think was...
Well, look, we're going to have a look at a clip from the movie. This is you. You've just arrived at the university, and this is you making a very bad...
Yes, I get slightly drunk at the induction ceremony and party, and I'm introduced to this terrifying Shakespeare professor.
Played by the great Alison Channing, who's just...
yeah, exactly.
Here it is.
Movies? We're talking about literature. And while you may not think much of the women writers of that period, Austen, Woolf, and the Bronte sisters were artists who represented the female empowerment of their age.
Oh, well, forgive me, but I'm just a little bit tired of female empowerment.
Whoa. Battle stations.
Dr. Lerner, you must have an opinion on this.
I have a wife and 4 daughters. I have no opinions.
What exactly is your opinion, Mr. Michaels?
Another glass?
Well, thank you so much. That's nice. But just honestly, everything seems to be about female empowerment nowadays. You know, any meeting I go to in Hollywood, someone says, "You know what we need? A kick-ass girl. That'd be a great twist." Except every movie has a kick-ass girl. You know, some martial arts, CGI, slow-motion woman who kicks the crap out of every man in her path. Can I tell you what would be truly innovative? A movie without a kick-ass girl. Or better yet, a movie where a woman gets her ass kicked.
In the movie, there's bits where he's looking at clips online of himself winning an award, and it's clearly, it is you.
Well, yeah, we did try and shoot me young with a wig and sort of clips, but it looked like me with a wig and clips. So, rather reluctantly, they found some footage of me winning just about the only prize I ever won. Yeah.
Was that the Globe for 4 Weddings and a Funeral?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Because 20 years this year. Sorry, I should have alerted you. Depressing news, everyone. 20 years since 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Crikey.
Now, I'd always assumed that was written for you.
No, I had to audition, and in fact, I was very much unwanted. Richard Curtis, after the audition, did everything in his power to stop me getting the part. And it was a very traumatic audition. I remember going, and for some reason it was at the Jim Henson studio, you know, where they make the Muppets. And we were actually in this great big studio, and so I was auditioning in front of director, producer, writer, and 50 full-size Muppets. And it was unsettling.
And what did you have? Did you have a video of your best man speech, or...
That's right. Well, I thought I'd made rather a funny speech at my brother's wedding, so I thought I'll take that along and that'll charm them. But in fact, I think it slightly sickened them, because they were looking for someone kind of more middle of the road, and I think I looked really sort of hoity-toity, up my own arse, posh. So, but anyway, I got the part in the end. I think they couldn't find anyone else.
And that speech, did it upset your brother? Or did he find it funny?
Well, yeah, I got away with it. He said, my brother, poor chap, is prone to having big styes in his eye, and he got one on the day of his wedding. And he said, whatever happens, just don't make a joke about my stye. So I based the entire speech around it. I mean, what else could I do? Yeah, you know, I hope that my brother will keep you in the style to which you're accustomed. I said, yeah, it was all that.
Yeah, poor brother. Yeah. But also, it's that weird thing, going auditioning for things, you know, you prepare, or you're right for it, or you're wrong for it, or everything. But, Luke, like, to audition for something like Dracula, there's not a lot you can do. I mean, I'm going, like,
well,
what did you do?
Well, I did my meeting on Skype, the 21st century way of getting a job, and I've got fangs. I have natural, quite large,
you really do.
enhanced canines. Yeah, I'm looking at myself now. Yeah. But they are quite large. And during the Skype meeting, I sort of kept leaning in and going, And you know, on that first day when I actually did meet them all, I was expecting to bring it up, you know, that, you know, we did notice your fangs, and they hadn't even noticed I had them. And then they noticed every day while we were shooting the movie and asked if I could keep taking them out, but they were actually mine. Yeah, weird that.
But they are.
They're massive, yeah.
I've never noticed them before.
When I was 7, I had all the side ones taken out. I don't know why, but teeth grow till they touch. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
So they didn't have anything to touch. They just kept growing. Yeah. Yeah. I could whistle in very strange places for about a year. I can't now. I've got the teeth have grown back.
Curses.
But I did.
I'm looking forward to that.
Now, we mentioned the two of you working together, you and Emma. Obviously, brother and sister in Love Actually, which I sort of, you forget that you're the brother and sister in that movie. And then lovers in Sense and Sensibility. Beautiful. Of course,
He was so grumpy all the time. So grumpy. He knew me, he'd known me for years. There was nothing there for him. He knew that I wasn't going to cough up. He couldn't have been less interested. I'm trying to make it look good. But in fact...
I did let you down on that. I was grumpy, fat, bad,
you were
and got arrested halfway through the...
Yeah. Well, you were so famous because you hadn't been famous. We'd done 2 films together where neither of us was famous, and then you were suddenly very famous because of 4 Weddings.
What were those other 2 films?
Impromptu, where you played Chopin in a terrible wig.
Yes.
And The Remains of the Day, where you got killed in the war.
Yes, very sad.
Very sad.
Yeah. And of course, famously directed by Ang Lee.
Yes.
Now, did you both feel the same about Ang Lee, or was one of you keener on Ang Lee than the other?
Could that be a leading question?
Yeah, it sounds like
I think we all ended up adoring him.
We adored
but
him.
The opening, the first initial scenes were tricky because he was a man of very few words, partly because his English wasn't great at that time, and also because he was this great sage from Taiwan, and he was like Grasshopper, and you waited for his words of wisdom. And I remember doing quite an easy scene with Emma, walking down beneath some trees. I thought we were being rather good, and we went up to Ang Lee, who's sitting at the monitor afterwards, and said, "What do you think, Ang? What do you think?" And he said, very boring. And it was really crushing. He hadn't developed the thing of telling, you know, English actors, me in particular, I have to be told I'm marvellous all the time. I haven't got any of that. So it was, I remember him saying to Kate Winslet, "You will get better."
So, he said to you,
oh, yes.
Could you do one like a bad actor?
Yeah, and I said, I think you've seen that one, though.
But the scene that I think everyone remembers... And it's
funnily enough, we called him Fang Lee, I remember that. Just
Which wasn't hilarious at the time either.
But the scene that everyone loves is the proposal scene, where the whole way through it, you think you can't get together with you because he's married.
Yes.
And then finally... you discover that he's not married. So if you just watch the beginning of that scene, because it is very, very lovely.
Then you... I'm not married.
No. Now, it's very good crying. I have spoken to the audience before about laughing at people's acting. Don't be doing that. It was very good. But
It's supposed to be funny. That was the point. I started crying. Then we got halfway through it, and you said, "You're not going to do it like that, are you?"
Well, I don't like anyone being good in a scene with me. I hate that. I was supposed to be full of love for you, and I felt nothing but undiluted loathing.
Did you really not know she was just going to bawl the whole way through it?
No, because you've done that thing that really good actors do in rehearsal of sort of almost nothing. So you don't, they keep it, they save it. And then I get that bloody thing.
No, because you kept going.
Yeah, all the way through. That's the gag.
But you are incredibly good at the crying, Emma. I mean, there's that one. There's The Remains of the Day. That crying.
A lot of crying.
Is sensational at the end of it. And of course, Love Actually. Everyone loves the Love Actually crying.
Heart-wrenching.
No, see, look, everyone loves that crying.
Horrible.
Do you have a shortcut to crying?
No.
Like a dead dog or whatever?
No. No, I don't. No.
But are you upset when you're crying, or are you just like
Yes, I'm
crying
generally
now?
speaking pretending to be somebody else. And that person, whoever it is in some difficulty for whatever reason, and that produces the emotion required to
Well, fascinating.
Fascinating.
I could no more do it than fly. I have to have a woman come and blow Vicks Sinex into my eye. And even then, all you get is 3 yards of snot.
But Luke, because you wouldn't think, Luke, you know, appears in, you know, these big action movies, but you do cry.
Well, yes, at the wrong times, I usually cry. I think about it too early on in the scene and then end up crying when I'm supposed to be happy, and then by the time I have to cry, I've already started.
It's a common problem.
It's a common problem.
No, because even in Dracula, you squeeze some tears out.
I've got a fly on my drink.
That's...
You know what I mean?
Oh, my God, the fly is in the wine.
There's
It's
a fly
dying.
in my red wine.
Now,
can't let that
can you cry now?
Oh, look, hold on. Save the... Oh, look.
Fly, be free.
Hey! This will be back.
What are we talking about now? Oh, I know what we're talking about now. We are talking about author Emma Thompson.
Oh,
yes.
thank you.
Because just in time for Christmas. Yes, I said the C word. It is the return of Peter Rabbit, the spectacular tale of Peter Rabbit by Emma Thompson. Now, was it intentional? Because all three of yours... Are these published in the regular form, the traditional format as well?
Literally, yeah.
But they come out in this...
Yeah, they come out with the big one first.
And then we go...
And then they go little again, yeah.
And obviously, taking up that mantle of Beatrix Potter is very scary. But this is your third one.
Yeah.
And the other two very well received. So was this kind of easier in a way to write?
Sort of. I mean, I would never have done it. They were very clever about it, because they sent me a little... I got a little box wrapped in brown paper and string, and in it was a letter from Peter Rabbit. It was I think they put it there.
Have you got
Look,
it there?
Look, I'll show you. I mean, that's so... I would never... If they'd just written and said, oh, you know, will you write another Beatrix Potter story? I said, don't be ridiculous! She was Beatrix Potter! She's one of the greatest authors who ever lived. I can't do that. But they didn't. They sent me that.
Nibbled oak leaf?
Yeah, and then a little letter, which he's written. From Peter.
Oh,
adorable. From Peter.
Yes.
and I couldn't say no, and there was a little packet in with his jacket. Obviously, I tried to get into it. And I just thought that's such a beautiful idea, and also because I, of course, am slightly mad, I finally thought maybe he did write it. just maybe, he actually wrote me that letter. I'm going to do it. So that's why I did it, because it was a very original invitation.
If you'd said no, do you think they'd have sent you another box with one of his ears?
His foot. Yeah, any other foot.
Then you'd have had to say yes.
Yeah, they were going to get round it somehow.
Last time we were on, of course, we were talking about P.L. Travers, another great writer, in Saving Mr. Banks. And since then, I've read interviews with other people who were in that film, and they were saying that things got quite adult on set. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Really?
The guys
I
who
can't
played...
imagine that ever happening.
The guys who played the Sherman Brothers.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Yes. Well, no, it was just one day. We'd had a bit of a time, and there's a lot of crying actually, and so they were a bit depressed. So I went away and took my bra off and put 2 Mickey Mouse stickers on my nipples. And then I came back out and I showed them.
I like to think that's the moment.
Yes, yes. Yeah, they're appalled. They're completely... and pitying. That's what's so sad.
And we must quickly mention Emma Thompson, very exciting, returning to the London stage for the first time in 25 years.
Oh, God, don't mention it. Please don't mention it. I'm
All
so
right.
frightened. It's not till next year. Don't worry, forget it. Forget you ever heard that.
But it is happening,
It
Sweetie
is,
Todd.
yes, it is.
Sweetie
It is.
Todd.
I'm going to go and do that thing, singing at the ENO.
But only for 13 performances.
Yes, well, it's because it's with the English National Opera Orchestra, a whole orchestra, and Bryn Terfel, who is... not Terfel, Terfel, he's told me, he's Welsh. And he's quite difficult to pin down, because he's, a world-famous baritone. And they only do, like, 2 or 3 people, so we're actually very lucky to have him for 13.
Oh, OK. Because Luke Evans, how long were you in Miss Saigon for?
Oh, a year. Full year. Long time to do the same thing every night.
Does your brain just go to mush while you're doing that?
Yes. Yes, it does. When you do something for that long, about after 6 months, you just go into this autopilot. It's quite terrifying because you, at points during the show, it's a musical where the music doesn't stop. So if you mess up, you've got to find where you are and carry on. They don't stop. There's 25 people playing instruments, so you have to just find out where you are. And there was one duet with solo saxophone, it's called, with the leading lady, and it was a Saturday afternoon. It's the matinee. Don't go see matinees, especially on a Saturday. And I glazed over, as one does, 6 months in, and completely was thinking about what I was going to have for dinner. And she's singing at me, falling in love with me, and then I come back in, I'm like, shit! And she sang her line in a place that won't let us feel. I have found you, I have found you. And I went, and I couldn't remember the words, but I could remember the tune, so I'd make it up, and I just went, if never is imposed, and her face was like... But she carried on like a true pro, and it was only afterwards that I realised I had my family. I'd forgotten that they were in. That's probably what I was thinking when I was going to take them for dinner. And I went up to them, I was like, did you enjoy the show? Oh, I said, I had a terrible moment. I said, I forgot my words. And my mum went, oh, we thought you were speaking Vietnamese. No, it was me making them up. Terrible.
But that's all behind you. The boredom of live theatre is behind you now.
Oh, it's not boring. It's wonderful.
Have you ever been in a play, Hugh Grant?
Yes, I have.
OK.
I said that defensively, didn't I?
OK. Yeah. Yes, I have. I'm an actor.
Yes.
What did you do?
I've done it. Well, I did a very bad play about skiing that closed almost instantly.
Play about skiing?
Yes. And I had a moustache. I grew a moustache, but it came out green, so I had to colour it in. I remember that. And what else? I've done... Yeah, I did. I started by doing a comedy show on the sort of the fringe. I was quite, edgy. Yeah.
Wow. Because how long were you in Me and My Girl for?
15 months.
Good God. You must have had a glaze
So
over.
did you do the glaze over thing?
No, I didn't glaze over. I got clinically depressed.
That's not what we laugh at.
I know, because
it
was so cheerful. It was all so cheerful. We all had to be cheerful all the time. It was doing the Lambeth walk, all that. Oh. So 9 months in, I just couldn't cope at all. Wow. We had to be cheerful 8 shows a week, and that was it. That was my lot. After a while, I couldn't be cheerful as any other time, for any other reason.
I never saw that, but I was a waiter at the opening night party for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, hilarious.
Yeah.
I didn't try and shag you, did I? I mean, obviously, that wouldn't have gone down very well.
You weren't that clinically depressed. You were okay. You did look very glamorous, though. If you had, I would have. Yes. Listen, Luke, big movie star now. You're part of the Fast and Furious franchise. Soon you're back in The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yes. We've got that looking forward to. But now, for the first time, carrying a movie, this is your movie, Dracula Untold.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, title role.
Yeah, it's good.
It is. Look at him there.
Have you ever done a film without extensions?
Have you ever done a film where you smile?
Dracula on Toast.
That's the hard bit.
Hugh Grant thought it was called Dracula on Toast.
I'm a little hard of hearing.
That's what my enemy was saying. I'll have him on toast.
No, Dracula Untold, and because it's sort of the Dracula origin story.
Well, yeah, the clue's in the title. It's about the...
I didn't think it was.
Listen, I didn't mean that. I wasn't attacking you there. I've done 4 days of press junkets where they asked me the same question. So what's different? And I'm like, well, the clue is in the title.
Well, I didn't ask that, did I? I didn't ask that.
The last time I'll be on this show.
So, anyway,
So it's the origin story. It's the historical figure of Vlad Tepes, or Vlad the Impaler, and he's the man that inspired Bram Stoker 400 years later to write the story of Dracula. So it's about his story and how the human becomes the vampire.
But, do you believe in vampires?
I don't think so. I'd like to think I can go to sleep at night and not have somebody, you know.
I think it's a fantastic myth, though, vampires.
It's a wonderful myth, and
because we all
goes
know
back
people
a
who
long way.
are a bit vampiric, people who sort of suck energy.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
Yeah.
They know what I mean.
But there's so many rules to being a vampire.
Oh, loads.
And you've put in new rules. But I've heard of the 3-day rule's a new one. Where...
Well, that's Charles Dance's fault. That's in his character's storyline. So he's told us, tells me that you can drink my blood, but you can't drink any more blood after this for 3 days. But if you do, you'll end up becoming like me for eternity. And so then I have to stick to this rule of not drinking blood. But all I want to do is drink blood.
Yeah.
So it's...
And you can't operate heavy machinery, isn't that right?
Yeah. But,
well, listen, it's open. It's open tonight. It's everywhere tonight. Yeah. Dracula Untold. And here is a taste. This is Vlad. And this is when Vlad is Mr. Nice Guy trying to save his family.
You have chosen wisely. I have to say, we're a little disappointed, frankly. I expected more resistance from you.
Run to your mother.
What?
Now.
Men will punish all of Transylvania for what you have done. It's not a child's place to save his country.
Okay, everyone, it is time for our musical guest tonight. Unbelievably, it is 25 years since this man's first album, and now he's back, performing the title track from his 10th album, Strut. It is the one and only Mr. Lenny Kravitz.
going for it. Excellent. I'm really good. Give it to them. And that's Luke Evans.
All right, sir. Nice pleasure.
Emma Thompson. Mel Ready. Mr. Hugh Grant.
Pleasure.
Very good. Sit. They are loving a bit of Lenny. They're liking it. Yeah. Woo! And now, it is crazy that's your 10th album. That is the title track off the 10th album.
Yes. 10.
But what's crazier is, so here's the album, and a lot of them, but just look at the state of you on the cover of that. Look at that.
Is that you?
Absolutely.
Prove it.
Literally. Emma. Oh, no, he's done
It is him.
Emma, like Jackie magazine in 1978, it comes with a fold-out poster. It comes with a poster.
I grew up on Jackie magazine.
Look at that. You can have that.
Give it to me.
Now, can I just say, Lenny, you are letting 50-year-old men down because this isn't supposed to be going on. You're supposed to let that go about, I don't know, 25. Is it incredibly hard to stay in that shape?
I find it easy, actually.
You know, I eat healthy, I take care of myself, you know, trying to go for the next 50.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If you're doing that when you're 100, that's just wrong. Neither of us want to be here then.
Unfortunately, none of us will be. You may be.
He will be.
Yes, absolutely.
He'll be doing a farewell tour. Here we go. Strut.
Might be more like Limp.
With a travelator going past the front of the stage. Look at him lifting a foot. Now, but here's the thing.
Yes.
You wrote these songs while filming Hunger Games?
Yes.
But how is that possible? Is it just that much hanging around?
I had to stay awake for 2 weeks because, as you all know, those actor hours are quite ridiculous. And I'm up at 5 in the morning and working till the evening. And I started to hear this music at night. And I thought maybe it would just be one song, but they kept coming and coming. So at that point, I have the choice of either letting it go or not sleeping. So I stayed up for 2 weeks, wrote the album, and that's how it went. It happened very quickly.
So you did it all just on the phone, on your own phone?
Yeah, on the just recording on the iPhone, just putting all the bits down, all the parts, all the orchestrations. And then I went down to the Bahamas where my studio is and recorded the album.
And the Bahamas, where my studio is. I just had to point that out. That's the coolest line I've ever had anyone say.
You're invited anytime.
Lenny, she will show up.
No, okay, you know that's
not a problem.
This isn't some showbiz, fling. This is serious, It's like...
She won't want to see the studio, though.
They've left the couches in the studio.
We'll twiddle a few knobs.
Very quickly, there's a world tour.
Yeah, the world tour starts in mid-October. We'll do from Russia all the way down, all through Europe, and through almost Christmas, and then...
When do you get here? You get here December the 6th, is it?
You tell me.
If you're telling me Wembley Arena, December the 6th.
Okay, I'll be there.
I'd get a hotel. I'd get a hotel in the Wembley area because traffic can be terrible.
No. I hope you'll come.
Can I just say, Emma gets the Bahamas, we get Wembley. Thank you very much. Charming. Right, before we go today, just time for a story in the red chair. So, who have we got? Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Kitty Peachy, I'm 25 and I'm from Hackney.
Yay! She's working the crowd. She's on fire.
We love Hackney.
Okay. And what do you do in Hackney? What do you do in Hackney?
I work for a balloting company.
A balloting company?
So we administer elections.
Oh, wow. Oh, so you're busy once in a while.
Well, I
work. Not at the moment. But, okay, off you go with your story.
Okay, so I was 16 and I'd finally inherited an heirloom that I'd wanted my entire life. It was a gun. And not like an AK-47. The most you could do to hurt someone was
Back
hit it
up,
over
what?
the head.
Wait, I just... Yeah, she's got a gun. She's 16.
okay.
She's 16,
Yeah.
and she's got a gun.
It's
This story
perfectly
may
normal
not
in
go
your
well.
country. It's perfectly normal. Don't say.
And so basically, the day I got it, I was just elated. And for some reason, please don't ask me why, but I put my finger in the barrel, and it got stuck on this finger, and my finger started to swell, and the gun, obviously because it was really old, really rusty, it was just stuck and it wouldn't come off. So I tried oils, I tried butters, nothing was working. So in the end I thought, okay, I've got to go to A&E and get this thing off. I got in the cab with the jumper over the gun in my jumper, as you do. And I went to A&E and I thought, okay, what's the best way to do this? Because there was genuinely sick people in A&E. And I went to the desk and I said to the lady, I was like, whispered, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to alarm you, but I've got a gun stuck to my finger. And she flew back in her chair and screamed, "You've got a gun!" And so everyone looked up, and so we went down, and I got seen by a doctor, but none of the doctors actually cared. They kept ringing all the other doctors to come down and look at this gun stuck to her finger, and so to help him. By the time, my finger was purple, by the way. And yeah, they finally got it off like hours later. And I've still got the gun today.
Wait!
Never been on
Even more! Even more! Well done, that lady. Good story. Very good story. If you'd like to join us on the show and have a go on the red chair, you can. Contact us via our website at this very address. Thank you to my guest tonight, Mr. Lenny Kravitz. It's Luke Evans. Emma Thompson. And Mr. Hugh Grant. Join me next week with legendary singer Neil Diamond, controversial cricketer Kevin Peterson, comedy giant John Cleese, and singer-songwriter Taylor Swift. I'll see you then. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Live at the Apollo, next on BBC One.